ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण. So welcome everyone. Actually when I prepare a class, I prepare in two steps. First step is I make the points, and second step is I organize the points in a proper logical way. But to be honest, today I could do only the step one. Step two I could not do because of lack of time. I was informed not recently, but like yesterday night, today morning, and then I had some another work from 12 to 1:30. So like that. But I would say, what you say, we pick up nectar from like poison or something. All of you can give importance to the points that are made rather than how logically they are in order and like that. So basically, this topic is my personal faith and understanding about Guru Parampara and what is the role of Guru. And some devotees may find it little not agreeable, but that's my point. It's not any persons or institutions organized points. But that kept me alive, that kept my faith intact and intelligence satisfied in my life on Guru Parampara. Within all that circumstances that happened in ISKCON, since I am in 1990, I am connected to ISKCON in 1990, connected full time since 94. And before that also history we know and what is happening now. So these are my personal understanding, certainly as per Shastra, as per some guidance given to me by senior devotees. So to begin with, hmm, uh, don't, if you don't agree with this point, don't take it as ISKCON's view or Chopadi Temple's view. They are my points. So to begin with, I would like to tell a story of, no story, a real incident that happened with me somewhere in 1995, 96. Some other that's like went strong into my memory. Maybe mostly before I took initiation or something like that, or maybe just after I took or something like that. And I can give a name because the guidance was given very nicely by our famous His Grace Shamanand Prabhu. So in the same office where we are, I am still there. That office belonged to him also. It still belongs, but it generally doesn't come now. So I was there with him, and I asked the same question. See, some other my nature is to not blindly or emotionally or sentimentally accept anything. That's my nature. But I'm okay with that. So I asked Shaman Prabhu how to know whether any person for that matter, but particularly today's topic, your guru, but for that matter, any person is a pure devotee or not. Because at one point we also heard it takes one to know one. We heard that also, and that is correct. So till I am not a pure devotee, I find it nice that it takes one to know one. Someone can show off that I am a good driver, but those who know driving will understand whether he is actually a good driver or not a good driver. So if I am not a pure devotee, how can I know? See, I can take my spiritual master is His Holiness Radha Maharaj. We can apply to him also. I am okay with that, and I am not offending him. I don't think I am offending him, because it's not in my capacity to know him or any person in this world whether he is a pure devotee, and that's me. I won't accept anything said because just 10 people say, oh, he is pure devotee or any person is pure devotee. I won't accept it. I don't say he's not advanced devotee, but that term, pure devotee, even that I will apply to anyone in the parampara. So he gave a very wonderful answer. And that is one question, how to understand one is pure devotee or not. And second, uh, how to apply that in terms of one's guru, whether guru is pure devotee or not, or what should I do then? That was the question. So yes, whether to understand is difficult. It takes once to know once. Then if I cannot know whether my guru is pure, or if I am going to accept someone as a guru, is a pure devotee or not, if I cannot know, then in what criteria I should accept him? And he gave very simple criteria. He said, if you have that faith and conviction and understanding, he gave an example, it's like a caravan, you see. You know caravan. It's long caravan, all going towards back to Godhead. That's exactly example he gave me. And he said, if you are convinced that this person is much ahead than you in the caravan, on the way back to Godhead, and he can guide you further than what you are now. He can inspire you, guide you, and further than what you are now. Then you can accept him as a guru. I said, yeah, that sounds good. Because how can I know whether someone is guru, pure devotee or not? I mean, I'm not saying someone is not or someone is yes, but I can't know. That's the problem. It's not a problem of that person that is pure devotee or not. Any person, even my guru or any person in this world. So that was that. Yeah, I have full faith, confidence that yes, my guru is much ahead, much ahead than me in the caravan on the path towards Godhead. Whether he is reached there or not, beyond my scope of understanding, but he is much ahead than me, and I feel inspired and I am happy to take teaching from him, and then I can surrender to him as a disciple and accept him as a guru. So that was a good answer to me. And then you can take Diksha. It's not like he can be Diksha Guru or Shiksha Guru, because the same question. Then if you are like stuck up at the point that Diksha Guru has to be pure devotee, the point is how we will know. See, someone will find it offensive if I say, how we will know even Srila Prabhupada is pure? I'm not saying he's not. But I'm saying, can you exactly know? That as they ask, at least to be honest, I cannot exactly know whether either my Guru Maharaj or any other gurus in the world present, or Srila Prabhupada, or even anyone before that is exactly, I cannot know it. It's my problem, not their problem. They might be, they are, but it's not, I just can't know it exactly. So if someone, for me, my nature is someone says, no, for me it becomes little tilts towards sentimentalism. But still, for me, it's not required to know if you are able to surrender to him. If you know he is advanced than you, he inspires you, he can guide you back to Godhead, then he is fit for a guru, either Diksha or Shiksha, either way. Not much difference between the two to make him qualified for a guru. Yeah. So he can be Diksha Guru. You can, if you feel confident, he can connect you to the chain of Parampara. Then he is Diksha Guru. Whether he is exactly pure devotee, it's difficult to say. So we are not rejecting him as a pure devotee, but it's difficult to say, at least for me. I am of that nature, not to emotionally or sentimentally accept it or neither reject it. And that's not my need. I can surrender fully, and one should be able to surrender fully, irrespective of exactly verifying. What happens sometimes becomes crowd mentality. I find it little odd. If 5 people say he is pure devotee, then not that just they say and they have some verified check. No one has that way. No one has that way. So I find it little difficult. But without that, I can surrender fully, and one should be able to surrender fully. So that Guru Parampara and then surrender is important. People stress, I will come to that point little later, stress that Guru should be pure devotee. He should be ideally. Agreed. If he is there, pure devotee, wonderful. But then the Shastra, Srila Prabhupada has written, the Shastra says, Kanishta Adhikari can be Guru, Madhyam Adhikari can be Guru, and Uttam Adhikari can be Guru. So what does it mean? They don't say Kanishta Adhikari is certainly not pure devotee. Madhyam Adhikari is certainly not pure devotee. And Uttam Adhikari also may or may not be, because Uttam Adhikari can be just one stage before Bhav stage. That is also okay. And pure devotee goes back to Godhead, but sometimes we see some case like Haigiri Prabhu. Srila Prabhupada says once he chanted holy name purely, and even though after that he was into like, he could not control himself and into drugs and again back and again drugs and again bhakti. But Prabhupada says once he chanted pure name, holy name purely, he will go back to Godhead. So exactly who is pure devotee and who is going back to Godhead, we should understand it's little difficult for us to judge. We should not go into that field. The quality is he is advanced than you, confirm, and you feel inspired to surrender. Our surrender is more important. Sometimes at that point was further down, but it has come to my mind. Sometimes people depend on Guru's purity for perfection. It's important, but I think we should depend on our humility for perfection. That is more important. The act of surrender, act of humbling ourselves in parampara, that itself is more important. Otherwise, if Guru's spirit is more important, then Srila Prabhupada's all 10,000 disciples should be liberated. Do you want to say like that? Just because Srila Prabhupada was pure devotee, for our discussion's sake. Then if we say, oh, Guru is pure devotee because I am taking Diksha from him. No, we have to see what has happened, fortunately or unfortunately or whatever way. We have mystified or unrealistic expectations of what parampara is and what Guru is. One of them is, we should be convinced that he has to be pure devotee. No, he is my teacher. He can guide us, inspire us towards path back to Godhead, giving us the same message of the parampara. That is the quality. And yes, he is much advanced than me. That's what we can know. I can understand he is much advanced than me. Then someone may say, how can he fall down? Yeah, much advanced than me can also fall down. Bharat Maharaj fell down. There are so many cases. So it's not much advanced than me cannot fall down. One has to understand some realistic facts about this whole world and its existence. So for me, my surrender, to summarize this point, my surrender attitude, my humility is more important, because that is what I can judge, that is what I can influence, and that is what I can see. Then the purity of like, oh, this person is pure devotee. I cannot see that, I cannot judge that, I cannot understand that. I can maybe just accept it out of my sentiment, or accept it because 10 people are saying so. For me personally, I am happy he is much further than me. He inspires me, he guides me. And I will see how much I develop my surrender, sacrifice, service attitude, and humility. That is what kept me so long alive, is despite so many upheavals in ISKCON and outside ISKCON, and kept my faith strong and going strong. So as I said further down, so that way Shawanpur's explanation was too satisfying to me way back in 1996, somewhere around that. And I still remember it, and still that is giving me great conviction to go ahead. So having said that, as I said, all types of adhikari, Kanishta, Madhyam and Uttam, can be Guru. So that means we have to be convinced that this Guru is further than me. So what might happen, Shankar told me that time, like if you move ahead in life, spiritual life 10 years, then your maybe Madhyam Adhikari Guru also moves ahead. So still he is higher than you, and still you can continue. And if he doesn't move ahead and you reach closer to him in spiritual life, then Krishna will organize, or that Guru will say, no, you further go to some another person. Or you will very strongly feel inspired to take Siksha from someone else. But as you move further in 10 years, he can also move further in 10 years. So we should understand this in this whole picture. And Srila Prabhupada also once asked, let me come further. In CC, Prabhupada has mentioned in the books of Prabhupada. He said it very clearly. One question was asked, What if there is no pure devotee in ISKCON? Straight question to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada say, even if there is no pure devotee in ISKCON, we should remain in ISKCON. Either Shiksha or Diksha Guru, whatever it may be. So one can say, oh, I will take Shiksha only from pure devotee. We can say that way also. Why only Diksha from pure devotee? One can say, I will take Shiksha only from pure devotee. And if there is no pure devotee in ISKCON, no one is qualified to give me Shiksha. So I should leave ISKCON. Prabhupada never said that. Prabhupada had categorically clearly said, even if there is no pure devotee in ISKCON, one should remain in ISKCON. That means that act of surrender and humility, whether you have purity or not, is more important. Krishna can understand your surrender. Then, as I said, I am taking the points upside down as they are coming to me. As I said, there are two steps of preparing a lecture. Step one is preparing the point. Step two is organizing the points in a proper way. And today, because of lack of time, I could not do the step two. But the points are important. So, before I go out this point, I remember the further point. So I think that is more logical. No, I remember one paper by His Holiness Bhakti Rasamrut Swami Maharaj. Here a paper, I had that soft copy. Who delivers? Who delivers you? You means any one person. Your Shiksha Guru, we may have 2-3 Shiksha Gurus. Does any one of them deliver you? Or your Diksha Guru? Or Srila Prabhupada? Or Bhaktivedanta Thakur? Or Lord Nityananda? Or Advaita Acharya? Or Lord Gauranga? Who delivers? Exactly. Exactly. When you were base, you had one Shiksha Guru. In Ashram, you had another Shiksha Guru. 10 years down the line, you might have another. You have one Diksha Guru. But in present circumstances or even in the past, not even in the past, how many times Srila Prabhupada made Bhaktivedanta Thakur? 10 times for 1 hour. So not much connection in that way. If you say, I made my Diksha Guru only 10 times for 1 hour and my Shiksha Guru for total 1000 hours. So who delivers? So that paper, the summary of that paper of His Holiness Bhakti Rasamrut Maharaj was that it can be anyone, beginning from your one Shiksha Guru till Lord Chaitanya or even Lord Krishna or Baldram. Anyone as per the need can come and exactly does the job of deliverance. Once we become qualified to be delivered and sent back to God. It's not that always only some. So if Diksha Guru delivers, but many times even like Srila Prabhupada, like as the number of Shishya increases, but in the material level, even Srila Prabhupada, he did not know the names of all his disciples, 10,000 disciples by heart, and may not even recognize all of them. So in that way, how can he deliver someone? Because he doesn't know. Even today, many times, many gurus have so many disciples. So does it mean they should not take? No, we should understand it's our connection. I have a connection with, say, Jayapataka Maharaj, or anyone in today's circumstance. So basically, this answer is also logical for me. Who delivers? Depending on your connection with someone. Like you may say, oh, but my Shiksha Guru, I have the maximum connection with him, but he is not pure devotee. That's okay. Because of your surrender to him, someone higher can deliver you. Lord Chaitanya can, Lord Nityananda can, Bhaktivedanta Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Anyone in the parampara. It's not at all. If you say it's always Diksha Guru has to deliver you, many times in today's circumstance, in the past also, the Diksha Guru doesn't know the disciple, whether he's my disciple or not. 10,000 people. But that doesn't mean he cannot deliver. That doesn't mean he will only deliver. It just depends. It's a very dynamic thing as per the paper. And anyone, as per your bhav, your surrender, your connection, and the way Krishna wants to act, can deliver. So this question that deliverance will happen only if the Diksha Guru declares that I can deliver you, is also not that much correct and necessary. Deliverance can happen via or through any person, Krishna can act. Ultimately, who is delivering? Ultimately, Krishna is delivering. Aham kya? Murtyu hara sarv. That not aham sarv. जो भी means Krishna, that photo is there. He is picking up from the ocean, coming on the Guru. So ultimately, Krishna is delivering. He can do it via any person in our life, any Shiksha Guru, any Diksha Guru, or any Gurus higher in the Parampara, or even Lord Nityananda, Lord Chaitanya. It cannot be Lord like only for you only. No, it's a very dynamic process. But if I become qualified, like Srila Prabhupada said, even if there is no pure devotee, you stay in ISKCON. So my Shiksha Guru will not be pure devotee in that circumstance. My Diksha Guru will also not be pure devotee. This is not exactly to show how Ritviks are wrong. That is not the purpose. But that may come little at the end for 5-10 minutes. That's not the purpose of saying this. But my Diksha Guru might not be also pure devotee. And then someone will deliver. If I am honest, if I am right intention, if I am surrendered and humble, if I chant offenselessly, someone Krishna will take care of deliverance. Like there are some examples like Srila Prabhupada. He said Mirabai did not have exactly a formal initiation process. But he also said she is pure devotee. She is going back to Godhead. So she is also delivered. So understand Krishna's, if we are, what we have done, rather than focusing on us to become qualified, we are focusing is the Guru qualified. I understand that's the important part. But the vital part is how we become qualified. For me at least. Vital part is, because I can't judge in black and white is someone pure. That's not me. I am not going to accept sentimental. That's my nature. So rather I would focus on me becoming pure, me becoming free from lust, anger, envy, me chanting holy names in an absorbed way, me not envying people or criticizing, gossiping. I will focus on that rather than on that. So anyway, having moved ahead. So now I want to shift to some another point. Is that again, as I said, some hype and misconception. Like Guru cannot do mistakes on the material level, not the spiritual mistake. Like Guru cannot. Some things are very crystal clear. Like today morning, before preparing for the class, I again talked with Shawan Prabhu. He said, yes, Krishnaika Sharanam, that Guru cannot change. One has to surrender only to Krishna, not Lord Shiva or Lord Ganesh is also okay. No, or even offenses, so you can perform 10 offenses, that is also okay. Some vital things cannot be changed. Krishnaika Sharanam, that cannot be changed. But mistakes on the material level, things of material knowledge, Guru can do. He is a human being that way. For I would like to clarify that some people will call me offensive. But for me, that is not a quality of, like I don't expect that quality in a Guru. Some people sentimentally do. Guru cannot do mistake. I don't find that. On the material things, he can do mistake. He is a human being. Otherwise, it's difficult. On the material things, Srila Prabhupada did mistakes. Material thing, understand. And still, I accept him fully as founder Acharya and fully as a main connecting link with me and Krishna. He can do that. What material things mean? I give you two examples. One is what I found out. One is was again Shawan Prabhu shared with me. What I found out was there is a recording of Srila Prabhupada. Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya. And exactly a year or two after that, one devotee was singing same. Bhaja Shri Krishna. And Prabhupada just sent some devotee and tell him, stop him. Why is he adding the word Bhaja? This is nonsense. We should only sing Jai Shri Krishna. Or we can sing either Shri Krishna Chaitanya or Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. That's all. That's our parampara. But Prabhupada has himself sang, and there's a recording of it in Bhaktivinoda Arjiv, Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya. I can accept it. It's a human error. It's possible. It doesn't affect Prabhupada's position as a guru for me. As a param guru for me, certainly not guru. It doesn't affect Prabhupada's position as a samsthapak acharya founder Acharya of ISKCON for me just because of these things on the material levels, or some mistakes of such types which Prabhupada did and he improved himself later on. The point is such mistakes of like he what do you call it? Not employed, but he told Haigiri Prabhu to edit his books, in terms of English grammar and like that. On the other hand, is on pastime of Lord Chaitanya and Ishwar Puri, that whatever he Guru writes is right. I don't want to go into detail of pastime. I think the crowd who is hearing this knows that. So if whatever Guru writes is right, then how come Haigiri Prabhu corrected and edited Prabhupada's books? Even Jayadvit Maharaj later on edited further. Even some people say no, therefore some people don't accept that version. But the initial version is also edited by Haigiri Prabhu. You don't have the version written by Prabhupada, typed by Prabhupada. And if Guru is right, how come he gave to Haigiri Prabhu to edit it out? So you should understand, this is all sentimental hypes about Guru. That Guru has to be Mr. Perfect in all respects. Sometimes some people, some devotees tell some pastimes of Prabhupada, which never actually had a traction with me, like some magical things. Like one of them pastimes was, he was traveling in a car and a truck in front of him, and the back rack was full of oranges. I don't know exactly which fruits, and all of the truck remaining was full of apples or something like that. So from back, Prabhupada says, this is a truck of apples, for example. There can be apple, oranges, pomegranate, two different fruits. And other devotees said, no, Prabhupada, we can see it's oranges. But when the car overtook, they saw everything was apples. Oh, yeah, that incident happened. But for me, that doesn't tell me the glories of Prabhupada. Glories of Prabhupada is how he is following his Guru, giving the right teachings of Bhagavad Gita. Or sometimes some people, some devotees they give. Like Prabhupada was meeting one reporter and he was eating oranges, and that oranges seeds he was spitting, and that was exactly hitting a wall and then exactly falling into dustbin. I said, that's okay. That just tells me how Prabhupada is expert in even aiming by the mouth. But that doesn't tell anything about his glories of spiritual life. We have to learn. We have to be a little bit understanding the difference between the two. And some gurus can have some type of siddhis. Like Prabhupada could say orange or apple. Inbuilt siddhis, not conscious siddhis. But as all the people who have mystic yogas and siddhis, what they say, this is not spiritual. We have heard in the book of Journey Home, all the people who had siddhis and yogis and Paul said, this is not spiritual. This is a material technology. So either you develop it or you get it inbuilt of some predicting something or having some siddhi power is a material technology. I'm not saying I'm so great person, but many times it happens with me. You can call it telepathy. I have not done any yoga in this life for telepathy. I just of thinking, calling someone, and that person calls me. I'm not saying it happened 100 times, 100%, but I would say quite noticeably it happens with me. That doesn't make me great. That's just something that's happening. Now we accept the fact, but that doesn't make one great. Great is how I have surrendered, how I am performing my sadhana for consistently for years, how I am humble, honest. That makes one great. Not so such pastimes I would accept it. It's good, but they are not the main criteria of judging whether someone is great or not. That was some other I was very clear in that. So another example of like Bhaja Shri Krishna. Prabhupada has given at one place he says bigamy, na? What do you call one person marrying a two wives? Monogamy, bigamy, polygamy. Bigamy. He says, bigamy is okay. We allow it. One of the books, either Bhagavatam or Chaitanya Charitamrita, he says. And after that, a year or two, not in letters and conversations, he says, no, we cannot allow bigamy. So, Prabhupada made a mistake somewhere. Either first one was or second one was. But we have to also understand the circumstances that happened. He said, in between that, what happened? Technically, yes, on the Vedic culture point of view, we allow bigamy. We allow. If someone, kings can have polygamy also. But then, what happened was, one temple president said, I am a Kshatriya and I want to have second wife. And then the whole GB says, oh, that's not allowed. And then Prabhupada in one conversation clarified, as per the Shastras, we allow bigamy, but not in our institution. It is not allowed in our institution. So, what I want to say, it's not Prabhupada's mistakes, but Prabhupada improved the sentences or improved the what he spoke, and I'm okay with that, and one should be okay with that. You can say, oh, how can gurus do mistakes? This is not a mistake. It's the things that happen in the material world. Mistake is not worshipping Krishna, or mistake is saying Krishna is formless, or Lord Shiva and Krishna are same. Huh? Or, oh, you can do anything whole day, eat, drink, be merry, and just stand some one Mahamantra round in the morning. These are mistakes. Huh? These are mistakes. But these things, bigamy, non-gamy, and then like that, changing statements, or Prabhupada, actually I have to say by mistake sang Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya, but later on he proved that the Shastras cannot be changed. So that statement remains. We have to understand the statement that like Lord Chaitanya's first time, bhakti cannot be made mukti. Sorry, mukti cannot be made bhakti. Like, sorry, this is off track, but I want to share with all of you using this media. Like the actual mantra of Tulsi Pranam is Vrindaye Tulsi Deve Priyaye Keshasa Vishnu Bhakti Prate Devi. But some devotees, out of sentimental enthusiasm, because we worship Krishna as a supreme Aradhya God, have made it Krishna Bhakti, and it has got attraction. But I would say there also Shastras cannot be changed. The Shastra word is Vishnu Bhakti Prate Devi, because Tulsi worship doesn't give only Krishna Bhakti, it gives Vishnu Bhakti. Understand? Does it give only Krishna Bhakti? Does it not give Narayana Bhakti to someone who is aspiring Narayana Bhakti? But out of traction, out of some sentimental, oh, I am devotee of Krishna. My Aradhya Devata is Krishna. I want to go back to Golok Vrindavan. But I cannot change that Vishnu Bhakti to Krishna Bhakti. It has happened, and many devotees have picked that up. So if we have to be careful to change. So that can happen, and that's a mistake. Just because I am Krishna devotee, I cannot change that. So Srila Prabhupada once sang it by mistake, Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya. But then when the time came, he corrected, no changes. So to understand, a guru or a pure devotee can do such, I won't say mistakes, I can say improvements in what he has said. And still he remains a Samsthapak Acharya. We have to have that right expectations and understanding of a pure devotee and Acharya. So having, going further down. So again, some people may say, you are belittling Srila Prabhupada, you are blaspheming him by saying such points. No. For me, he is the greatest Acharya, Senapati Guru. But yes, as a human being, he can do like that. In a human body, in his pastimes, in his activities, for me, it's very easy to reconcile both. But some people, either pure devotee and no mistakes, or such mistakes means no pure devotee. No. We have to make the right understanding. So, just 1 minute. Sorry, I am going further down and taking a tricky question. I don't intend to blaspheme anyone. About his mistakes. One pastime. As I said, I am not going to detail because the crowd expected is to know all the pastime. You know, once Jiva Goswami defeated one scholar, Rup Narayan, what was his name? Rup Narayan? I am not so sure of the name, but Rup Narayan. And then Rup Goswami became little, he said, oh, why you wasted time in defeating that scholar just because you want? You should have written the Jai Patra and given him. That means you have proud. You have pride. And one who has pride cannot stay in Vrindavan. So Jiva Goswami took it and went out into that crocodile hole and performed tapasya for long. And Sanatana Goswami had to come and intervene. So was Jiva Goswami proud? Many of you are saying no. Then what, Rupa Goswami wrong? Because he judged him as a proud and he accepted the punishment given to him. He did not only say you are proud, he knew what Jiva Goswami is doing. He did not say, oh, to maine aise hi bola, aap proud, aa jao karke. No, he allowed, he knew, and Jiva Goswami did that repentance. So here either Rup Goswami has to be wrong in his judgment as Jiva Goswami is proud. And if Jiva Goswami is correct, then Jiva Goswami is proud. Then he cannot be parampara. Because he is proud. He is not pure devotee. And if Rup Goswami is doing mistake, those who say Guru has to be mistakeless, then he cannot be in parampara. So both cannot be in parampara. So our parampara breaks there. So I should take Diksha only from Lord Chaitanya. Because Jiva Goswami was proud, so he cannot be in parampara. Or if he is not proud, Rupa Goswami did a mistake. No. Now we have to learn understanding of a human behavior also, even though they are Goswamis, they are Manjaris and Ratis. But here they are doing pastimes in human body. Or human-like body. So we have to have that mature and big understanding. So I am not criticizing here. Sorry, there is no question or even intent or even 1.0001% intent of belittling the 6 Goswamis. But then you have to explain this first time. Either it's mistake or it's proud. Both are neither, and these are not to be considered, even if something is there. These are not the mistakes. Something does like that. These are things that happen in human society, even by gurus, even by Goswamis. We cannot say, if we just go logically, either of them is proud or have done mistake. And then the parampara ends there from Lord Chaitanya. So all of us should take Diksha only from Lord Chaitanya, because he is last a pure devotee who did not do any mistake and he did not fall down. Sorry. So we have to answer it anyway. For me, it's not like that. And if it's not like that from Goswami, it's not like that for Prabhupada, it's not like that for gurus down the line and up the line. We have to understand that. So moving further down the points. Yeah. Yeah. So now I will refer something to what His Grace Govind Prabhu spoke 2-3 days back. Like, yes, as that he quoted that Pradyumna Prabhu's letter. Yeah, Pradyumna Prabhu's letter. So yeah, the letter said that there was some fall down of few gurus in ISKCON in 80s and like that, especially in 80s and somewhere later in 90s also. And Pradyumna Prabhu pointed that out, had pointed out in a letter that they are getting much higher worship than what they deserve. And yes, because of that, they had problems in their life. But I would equally blame those who worship them much higher than they deserve. They accepted it. I understand it's not good, it's not right, and therefore they have to face some consequences. But someone who also worships someone much than what he deserves, then that is also the mistake of the worshipper. Like Srila Prabhupada said, to cheat is sinful, to get cheated is sinful. What he said? To cheat is sinful. That doesn't mean we should be just, what do you call it, not innocent. We should be so foolish to get cheated. That is also sinful. So accept worship which is not due to me is wrong, but then equally is wrong to worship someone which is not due. So I won't only say that, oh, because they were, no, yeah, there may be facts, there were gurus who were not exactly very mature and they were worshipped more than what was due. But then those who worshipped him in that way also has to be careful. And therefore, yes, only founder Acharya is Srila Prabhupada. But there can be, as in our Vedic culture, parampara, there can be so many gurus who were low key, but they continued the parampara. We did not think that guru has to be only high key, high fashion, high prominent, high worship. That again is little wrong expectations from us. Someone can be, even among Srila Prabhupada's disciples, someone can be of that level, but not that guru has to be of that type. That is a misconception. Gurus can be very simple, basic, not much fanfare, not much worship. But our surrender, we see, don't focus on Guru or how is worshipped. Focus on how we surrender. We develop the humility. But we cannot do that. So we focus on Guru's worship. That is the fallacy which I point out. Or think, so difficult to focus on my weaknesses. Yeah, do it on 30 years, 50 years, my problems. Rather than, oh, how Guru is great. Guru is great, but we have to work on ourselves. So understanding that, I would say it's equal fault. And then, as I was reading Ramayana, I prepared for speaking. In that, I found many places, even Vishwamitra for that matter, he had disciples. And even in that case, he did some mistakes of like elevating Trishanku. He did not do the yajna alone. He had many disciples. And still he did mistakes. So that way he had a guru. And he did mistake of trying to elevate Trishanku out of proud. So we should understand Kanishta Adhikari, Madhyam Adhikari can be guru. It's not a very good situation, but can be. And then they also progress and we also progress. And it's like a caravan. So that also maturity. We will not wait. Oh, only when I will find a pure devotee, I will accept him. That is a guru. We are going to judge whether one is a pure devotee or not. Straight blank, black and white. At least I cannot, to be honest. And I cannot accept someone as a pure devotee because 10 other people are saying. Then we are stuck up. And how can not only we judge, how can anyone, okay, where the people 150 years back had some power to decide whether Bhaktivinoda Thakur was a pure devotee or not, to take diksha from him, where 150 साल पहले लोगों के पास कुछ अलग पावर था क्या जो अपने पास नहीं है, to decide whether someone is a pure devotee, or they could decide Bhaktivinoda Thakur is a pure devotee. They could not equally as we could not equally. But they surrendered, and so should we. So should we. So that's what is my understanding. Again, as I said, so okay, these points I have already spoken up. Okay, now 2 points directly coming to the main points which Ritwik speak about that 9th June and 9th July. What is the date? 9th July letter somewhere. So date is not so important. I may be wrong. That letter says, henceforth. What is the letter says? I am just discussing the point. Henceforth, all will be Ritwiks or something like that. The Ritwiks will give diksha. So now I will apply 2-3 logics here. First, we see in the history of Prabhupada and even Gurus that they changed their statements, improved their statements. Bhadra Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Bhaigami, in case of Prabhupada, there can be many such statements. Suppose Rupa Goswami would have said, Jiva Goswami is pride, he should go out of Vrindavan. And Jiva Goswami went. And at that time, Rupa Goswami would have disappeared. Then Rupa Goswami did not improve his statement. We have to understand things of that level keeps on improving. So Prabhupada has said many things. If he had been alive for 10-20 years more, he could have said many more things. We have to look in the parampara, in the historic background, in the Vedic culture, what's happening. Not just one last statement. And even henceforth, we should understand the usage of the word henceforth and the usage and the meaning of the word Ritwiks. Dictionary. So in our language, I think, like Prabhupada said one place, henceforth I will sign the checks. And suppose Prabhupada disappears after that. So should we wait for all the checks to be signed by Prabhupada? Or last statement before Prabhupada disappeared, he said, henceforth I will sign. He has said many times. Fortunately, he did not disappear after that. He handed over to someone. But suppose, so that means a guru before disappearing, he has to wind up all the henceforth statement. Or I was HOD at one point of time in sound system. And say, my assistant is there and say, henceforth, you should not lend out the science system to anyone without asking me. Okay. And no, I'm not more HOD. So you should still come to me. That henceforth means that's under the present circumstances. Otherwise, every word having that henceforth, every statement should henceforth till I am HOD, henceforth till I am Chopati temple, henceforth. So every henceforth word will be have to be classified and qualified and quantified by till I am alive, henceforth. So does we speak that way when we use henceforth word? Or it is understood that with the present circumstances, this henceforth remains effective. We have to think. Like otherwise, if you are my assistant and if I say, henceforth you should not give sound system to anyone, lend it out to anyone till I sanction the request. And then I die. Or then I give up my HOD ship. Means I go to some other department or I go to some other temple. So that means no, that is not applicable because the circumstances have changed. So now that letter was typed by Tamal Krishna Goswami with having some understanding in his mind of the use of word henceforth. And then Srila Prabhupada in that state of consciousness and physical limitation signed that letter, all that is also taken in consideration. But even if we say Prabhupada signed it, so it becomes henceforth. But then every time we use henceforth, we don't certify or qualify or quantify all the circumstances of that henceforth. That way, I would say, henceforth you will give me hot water to drink. That means still I am sick. Or something like that. That is understood. So, that is one thing. So, understanding the word henceforth for myself has to be circumstantial. They do not say after I die. No one says that way. Henceforth till I am HOD. Does I say like that? When I tell you, henceforth you should not give out sound system to anyone. Does I say till I am HOD, till I am alive, till I don't go insane, till I don't meet an accident. Only henceforth. No. Henceforth means same circumstances remain. Now that word Ritvik, second point. Ritvik means Nityan Prabhu can clarify me or whatever. It means it is on behalf of someone. Okay? It's a Sanskrit word. As a representative. For those who understand law, I would equate it to in law language power of attorney. Like if I want to do some land dealings, selling, buying or any other dealing, I don't want to go to sign every time. I give power of attorney to Mr. X. Similarly, because I am not able to do it, even if you use the word retweaks, I am not doing it for any reasons. I assign that duty to someone to perform. But nowhere in the Vedic culture, the Ritviks get that assigned power after the person who is giving power dies, passes away. Just like in the language of law, power of attorney is valid only till the person giving the power is alive. When the person giving power passes away, by default that power of attorney becomes invalid. Similarly, the word Ritvik has that meaning that you are doing it on behalf of someone. The Ritvik doesn't imply that you can do it on behalf after the passing away. That word Ritvik has that meaning, not that we have to clarify this Ritvik means even after passing away. No, Ritvik cannot do anything after passing away. Just like power of attorney cannot be given after I pass away. Is that if after I pass away, I cannot do the transactions of buying, selling, investing, whatever it may be. Similarly, Ritviks cannot do anything on behalf of other person after the other person passes away. So even if we take that letter as true and correct, even if it is not clarified henceforth till my death, the word Ritvik means he can act on behalf only till the person who is telling you to act on behalf is alive. That is the meaning of the word. So it doesn't have to be clarified again that only till I am alive. So as I said, to conclude, uh, what going through said, sir, see what had happened in ISKCON, and we worshipped unduly, they accepted all this. The history has happened. Yes, quite few number of gurus did fell off from their spiritual standard. We have accepted. But the point is, just because some mistakes happened in the system, not that we change the system. The point is we correct the system. We correct the mistakes. We can't say, oh, is like we use this term or practice many places. Uh, just like if you are chanting offensively and you are getting contrary results, what does it mean? You give up chanting and start chanting something else, or you give up the offensive mentality and doing offenses. So the system is guru system, parampara system. Because we did some mistakes doesn't mean we change the system. It means we improve the mistakes. They unfortunately happened, not that we change the system. So yeah, we improved. The mistake should be improved. And basically what has happened in my understanding is we have decided to change the system and trying to find out some word or letter from Srila Prabhupada to justify our change. Otherwise, whatever points going through has made of like hundreds of years of parampara, Vedic culture and everything. Prabhupada never told us to change the system. All they hold true. Because of some unfortunate events, we decided no, this system has to change, and now we want to get some letter or some word. But as I said, we cannot just take. Prabhupada could have improved that after 2 months, if he would have been alive, maybe after 2 years. So that improvement all the gurus do. Therefore, we have to look towards the Shastra. We have to look towards the practices which are going on for thousands of years. So yeah, I end here. That's what points came to my mind. I don't want to offend anyone. In my respect and honor, I personally honor and respect not only Prabhupada or present Guru Varga or past Acharyas, even all the devotees around me. I respect and honor as great advanced devotees. And even after they fall, if someone of them falls down, he does a mistake of illicit sex, intoxication, gambling. Yeah, he is a great advanced devotee, but he has done this mistake presently. And he will progress further. So we accept that. Now, just like someone does a mistake doesn't decrease all his greatness and gravity. We accept both the facts. He is a great advanced devotee, but at present, he had done this mistake, and that can be easily corrected. Otherwise, we will hold Vishwamitra Muni's mistake for his whole life against him. But he became the one of the gurus of Sri Ram also. When he stopped doing mistakes. And before that also he was guru, there he had disciples. Before that also. So that's my understanding. As I said, it need not be any institution's official understanding. But because of such understanding, I could remain peacefully having my faith strong and stout in the Guru Parampara. Hare Krishna. I'll like to end here. That's what I prepared. The points may not be in right order, but Hare Krishna. Yes. Uh, any comments?
Extremely amazing lecture, bro. It was like very mind-opening. The initial beginning itself was that we are part of a caravan and somebody is advanced than us, then definitely we can take guidance. And as you were speaking, I was also getting thoughts about support, like how some points are, like you mentioned, we can who delivers. So even when Srila Prabhupada was थोड़ा और बड़ा थे, Srila Prabhupada was on the ship Jalduta. We hear that he got the dream where he saw all the acharyas, not only just his own guru, he saw also first thing. So that was one thing, and also Yeah, about that orange seed. So sometimes some people use the example that Prabhupada in certain these material things, but that can definitely be not considered as part of the other so many things which is.
Thank you.
English also. That is the case when you use the English you must speak.
Yeah.
Bengali accent. And Guruji, the example which you gave from our scriptures, many times our Guru may not clear everything. And henceforth word, actually really we need to check proper guidance that somewhere and that is there then we need to ask that henceforth the आप ये सुधर रहा है इसके बाद इसका मतलब ये यही होना चाहिए right that is also very good point you shared Jim Goswami's and Rupa Goswami's example so if you see even in our very scriptures there were gurus who were not pure but still they did their
They may or may not be pure. We don't know.
may or may not be pure.
We have to be careful.
We have seen that they fell down somewhere.
I like that. Yeah.
That way, if you see from that perspective.
Okay. Yes.
But even they think their role as Guru and their subordinates were uplifted spiritually. So that was very good. Even without criticizing, also we can present our philosophy very clearly.
One point, just sorry, मेरा example में एक रह गया है. क्या था? Yeah. And we have improved what Prabhupada has said. Some people say like Prabhupada is very clear in many places about he's saying yoga is irrelevant for devotees. That's what his mood is. Yoga means yoga asanas. He said that's not required. Yoga, he's like Prabhupada is always just. But no, most of ISKCON, I think most of Rutviks also do practice yoga exercise for their health. So if we go by Prabhupada's first till last statement, the devotee should never even speak the word yogasana. What to speak of doing it? So we have improved on the Prabhupada's instruction. So that way I can say, if someone does yoga, he is not follower of Prabhupada. Shall I say that way? No, it's not like that. The material level things can be improved because they are on a circumstantial. What is the purpose of that? Like at that time, I wanted to just clarify the importance of bhakti, irrespective of whether yoga is doing for health or not. So we have to see that picture, whole thing. So otherwise, if you say there is no ambiguity, nowhere Prabhupada said you can do yoga for health. You are totally against. So any person who does yoga practices, he is not following Prabhupada. It may be Ritvik or anti-Ritvik. Shall I say like that or shall we say like that? No, it's not a statement like that. It's not like that. There can be hundreds of such points. Hare Krishna. I think we should end here. Thank you. Okay, one for the last point or question or comment. Yes.
I'm late. I do not know the complete background, how it started and all. There was a previous question, but in your lecture you point out one example, so I just wanted to clarify. It may be slightly off from the central theme. The example which you have given, the Prabhupada sitting and exactly went into. And I have the same example from one of the speakers from Bhagavatam that the person who saw the projectile motion of Prabhupada not attracted to Srila Prabhupada. Similarly, once in 2014 or 16, when there was a heavy perspiration on the Panchatattva major deities when Devata Maharaj was singing in Mayapur. So then one version says that it is the perspiration because of the condensation of the moisture in the environment. And another way to look at by Srinivas Prabhu was from a divine perspective saying that yes, this is true, but the condensation has happened at that particular point of time is a material phenomena as a matter of reciprocation of the devotee to the Lordship. And he gave the example of how a particular person went to Jagannath Puri and Gadare was seen by him. That was Jagannath Puri concerned. So whenever we see the apparent material are mystical, is it a caution for us so that we don't get attracted to that aspect and take that the complete picture of the Guru?
Yeah, that's the extra thing.
But at the same time, we can appreciate the divinity of the Guru.
We can appreciate, but that should be very, very, very secondary thing. That should be very, very secondary thing. We worship. So some guru may not, in his life, he may not happen such mystical thing. Doesn't make him less good. If some person doesn't manifest such mystical, so in your case, we very clear. For me, like I'm very like non-sentimental person. I could say I have no authority to exactly judge how the perspiration came. It might have come because of like singing of that advanced devotee, or it might have come because of material perspiration. Hmm? It's beyond me to exactly judge. If it has happened because of advanced devotee, I honor and worship is fortunate. If it is because of condensation and perspiration, that doesn't make, you said Jayapataka Maharaj, doesn't make Jayapataka Maharaj less advanced for me. And just because it happened. So because if you say because it happened, then I would say it should happen next time also. Well, but that is also logical. Lord may perspire only once. Not that there is a rule that when your Jayapataka Maharaj sing, he has to perspire. So it's beyond us. We take it. We don't reject it. But it's not, it's like, it's only, I would say, 5% or 2% to inspire a faith towards that person. 95 to 98% our faith and our respect and our awe and reverence is because he is following the parampara. And 2% can be that role of mystical experiences. That balance we have to learn to. That will automatically bring down the undue worship and everything. That we have to be grounded. Hare Krishna. I think we'll end. Srila Prabhupada ki